Investing in employee well-being is important for any organization, large or small. Sault Area Hospital proved their dedication to just that with their second annual Employee Health and Wellness Fair. Max Lidke is the Vice President and Chief Financial Officer here at the hospital. How did this fair come to be a couple years ago?
Okay, so last year was our first annual event. It came as a result of a group of individuals getting together that had a real concern about the health and well-being of our staff. And there was concern about, is the hospital really doing enough to help our staff? We're a large employer. We employ over 1,900 staff here at the hospital from a very diverse work group, right? So they work different shifts, different responsibilities. And it was really about, are we doing enough as a health organization to help promote health and wellness among our staff? So last year was our first event. We had over 200 of our staff participate in the event. It was deemed as a success by that staff who wanted to see it continue. So there was a committee that was developed. They really enhanced what they did for the hospital, did a number of events during the course of the year, and then as a result, this is our second annual event.
What are some of the types of vendors that can be seen at the annual fair?
So there are health and well-being organizations, there are footwear corporations, there are food vendors, anything that generally would be perceived to do with your general health and well-being of individuals.
Why do you think this type of event is important for any organization, large or small, in our community?
Right. I think that when we look at, because we do this not just for our staff, right? As the hospital in the community, we're doing this to promote health and well-being across our community. So other organizations could benefit from this because when you look at your individual staff, you're trying to have that work-life balance. There's a lot of stresses in people's lives. And what we're trying to figure out is how do we help our staff to actually adjust to that? How can we promote health and well-being among them? And then how can we do that across the organization, across the community? I think from other organizations' perspective, it's a positive outcome, right? It's a positive outcome for staff, it's a positive outcome for the organization, it's a positive outcome for the community. So other organizations should definitely be a part of this.
What has the feedback from your staff been for all of the initiatives that you've put in place to really emphasize the importance of health and well-being?
I think it has been positive. I mean, if I look at the participation rate last year, we had over 200 participants last year. This year we're hoping to have more. The events that the committee has sponsored has had participation, and I think what we're trying to do is actually grow this within our hospital and then within our community. We want to see more people participate in this because I think there's a huge benefit for them. I think that from an outlook for the future, if we can grow it across the hospital, that then expands across the community to other organizations. I think as a whole, Sault Ste. Marie and the District of Algoma are better off for it.
Jared is with the CrossFit Catalyst team. What are some tips you have for people to stay active and healthy within the workplace?
Well, you always have to keep moving, right? So it's important to, you could simply do something as park far away from the entrance, okay? Or take the stairs instead of the elevator. At work, for sitting at your desk for 9 hours a day, that's always tough, right? So a good suggestion would be just to do squats at work. I mean, you might look funny, but that's okay, right? We have to be active. We have to keep that blood flowing.
For people who are working night shifts, what's an important thing to remember for that? Because some people might not have the typical 9-to-5 schedule.
Right. So of course, proper rest. Okay, we always have to keep that into account, and proper nutrition. That's a big factor. Okay, always make sure that you're fueling your body with the right things.
And then as far as your feet go, especially people within the Sault Area Hospital community or other organizations where they're standing up on their feet a lot of the shift, how can they really relax that?
Okay, you always want to be flexible. So maybe if you can incorporate some sort of stretches, could be dynamic stretch, could be a static stretch. Every once in a while, just throw it in there and see how it goes. And hopefully that will maintain your flexibility and your mobility.
When it comes to health and wellness in the workplace, it really is the small things that can make a big difference. Reporting for Shaw TV, I'm Jasmine Pozo.